Oh my God! Unbelievable! What a fight! The debut of ZUFFA. These fighters are pretty evenly matched here. You're used to seeing in prelims. Like that fight cards, a bunch of knockouts by them that showcase moments. And also because as you increase your competition, knockouts are hard to come by. It's a big deal when you can stop a guy and who's on your level. And this is not a particular part where you see showcase knockouts. 2 or 3 fights in, and the B side has been stretched every time. They're highly competitive, evenly matched fights. Just to stop it here, you have really we're not saying this tonight. Right. We're not using that because you're not seeing that. That's so obvious. It's so conspicuous that there is one.
What's going on, everybody? Mario here in Fighting FX. Little late, but we're on time for everything that matters. I got started late on SmackDown. I'm not covering it tonight, but you should still go to fightsatw.com and check out all the latest articles posted. Shout out to Abe Gonzalez and the whole staff there at fightsaroundtheworld.com, fightsatw.com. So the return of Max Kellerman back in the booth. It feels like HBO all over again, except half the people are probably watching. So Trinidad and Ornelas are in the ring, or they're in the ring. It's only round 2, but yeah, this is that Trinidad kid. We talked about him on live this past week. Very, very solid fighter. And everybody knows, of course, Ornelas is a very tested fighter. This is a solid matchup for him. But listen, we're doing Champ Machine Gun in the house. Hey man, if you're feeling it, tap in with me, Champ, if you want. Obviously, if you're feeling well, I hope you're feeling better. Obviously, but I'm gonna put that in the chat. This one's for Machine Gun Matt. Wrenches only. For now, everybody want to come in, we can come in whenever. But for now, Machine Gun Matt, that's his. That's his. Out of the hospital and back at home, champ. That's right, champ. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Machine Gun Matt. Yo, Machine Gun Matt, bro. That's the perfect name because he comes at you like a machine gun. And also, you know what I mean? Just like guns in America, we ain't nobody getting rid of Machine Gun. You know what I mean? That sounded terrible. I don't know why I said that. Yo, Trinidad already with a knockdown. Beautiful stiffy jab. He gave him that stiffy jab. Yo, there's Tom Lawler. Ornelas is down already. And yeah, man, he cooking. All right. So everybody, appreciate y'all joining me for the live. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the follow, make sure you hit the sub. I'ma be live tomorrow, all right, for the UFC and for the Murataya Cruz fight, as well as Saturday night main events. You thought we forgot? No, we did not. Saturday night main events tomorrow, Triple A as well, bro. We're gonna be in on all of it. All right, this right here is your one-stop shop for everything combat sports, boxing, MMA, wrestling. Shit, we even watch the MMA where they're in the cage with the fucking night gear on, with swords and heavy metal shit and fucking armor. That's what we watch over here. I don't know what y'all are doing on a Friday night, but I'm going to watch Sandoval-Rodriguez, one of the best fights of the night. Listen, if you are a boxing fan and you are not up on Sandoval, this is kid 17-0, 15 knockouts. I've been talking about this guy for like the last year and a half, 2 years. I saw him, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. And absolutely just impressed me the way that he approaches this style, and the aggressiveness. You know, he seems to be able to smell blood, shark type shit. But Kane Sandoval is going to be fighting Julian Rodriguez. And they're there at the UFC Apex Center. Shout out to my timestamp. I'm on 156, round 3. Trinidad Ornelas. And right now, Dragunov and Mello putting on a banger, bro. We also got Cody Rhodes coming out tonight. We're going to talk about it. How far am I behind? 133 on the clock, round 3. Where are you at? And so we're going to see what Cody has to say ahead of his match with Cody-Fatu tomorrow night. That'll be good. And then, of course, tomorrow night, they're also going to have the Fatal 4-Way. Another knockdown. Ornelas is down again. I didn't see that one, though. All right. You know what? I got to get set up or I'm going to be missing everything. You got 16 seconds left. I got 1:06 left. Let me see if I can fucking. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I got 52 seconds left. That's better, right? That's better. Although you put 16 seconds, that was probably like 4 seconds later. So yeah, that sucks. But I'm on round 3, 41 seconds left. Ornelas is still throwing back. You know, he's just not throwing anything that's going to really make a difference. That slap jab and that up jab just don't really have any pop on it. Oh, and a big left hand. 25 seconds left in round 3, and a big left hand puts down Ornelas, and he is bleeding from the nose. They're going to let him continue. And Trinidad smells blood, goes for a big right hand. Ornelas is hanging on for dear life. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And he's going to be able to survive round 3. He lets off a big right hand to close the round. But yeah, this kid's really behind the 8 ball now. That is the 3rd knockdown, Matt. Yeah, that second one was on the exchange. Ornelas just got very sloppy, and Trinidad stayed calm, composed, and got that pop off. Yo, Dragunov is wearing a big ass knee brace. Yo, who is that? Oh, the Miz. Damn, that was a nasty shot, bro. That Mello and And Dragunov match is fire. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Yo, everybody keeps telling me that NXT tag match on Tuesday is like a must watch. The I guess Zari, what are they called? Zarko? Is that what they're called? Zarko? No, that's not what they're called. Zarya and what's her name? Ruka. She they Soul Ruka and her became the number one contenders for the TNA Knockouts tag title. And everybody keeps saying that tag match was banging. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe we'll watch it tonight, depending on how quickly Kane Sandoval can take care of business. So Matt says that Homie was dropped in round one, Ornelas, dropped in round one. Then twice in round, no. He was dropped once in round two and twice in round three. I didn't even see round one at all by the time I turned it on. Okay, you know what? I gotta stop. Okay, I'm gonna get set up. Give me a second. In the middle of the streets. Oh, All right, there we are. So we're set up, ready to enjoy this main card. Ornelas is still hanging on here, dude. Trinidad has yet to put him away. We're in round 5, a minute 35 left. Yo, this is nasty, bro. Mauricio Suleiman put out on social media 5 hours ago, right? He puts out on social media, I want to express my best wishes to King Callum Walsh as he fights tonight. We know where your heart is and what your dream is. God bless, champ, and the WBC will always be here for you. At WBC Boxing, at WBC Cares, hashtag I love my green belt. Yo, the damage control is in full effect. The media. Oh shit. Jacob Fatu. Oh, thank you so much, my love. Thank you, baby. Yo, Jacob Fatu really ran in there all blooded out, bro. Cody's like, I fought the tribal leader. I fought the final boss. Now I'm fighting Pyru. Ooh, that's hot. Yo, Cameron Smotherman, did y'all see that? Yo, Cameron Smotherman passed out at the weigh-ins, bro. Damn, he said you think I'm just the like all the other Samoans you went against. That's what Jacob Fatu just told him. They just said both Jacob and Cody left for the night. I think Jacob Fatu gets over. Matt said Ornelas is looking better now after he got put down. Bro, Jordan Grace looks like $1,000,000, bro. Bro, I forgot the Royal Rumbles next week. That's crazy. Royal Rumbles next week. All right, we in round 7. Ornelas needs to make that long range jab count. He needs to use it in a way that is setting something up. Ooh. There it is. There's that long range jab. Yeah, that's what and Max just said that he's not letting him keep. Oh, Ornelas is not letting him stay in the corner. He's not letting himself stay in the corner. And I was gonna say that it looks like he has. It looks like he has a much more. What's the word? Ooh, nice jab, beautiful. It looks like he just has like a much better understanding of, where Trinidad is at his best. What style, what game plan he's trying to implement. Oh, a big right. Big right. Ornelas hit him with a big right. Trinidad rolled it, but that was nice. That was very nice. And by the way, that was partially set up from that long jab. Oh, beautiful. He didn't land flush, but Ornelas is now starting to move a little bit. Beautiful jab. Ornelas is looking so good right now, bro. He's boxing very well, and he's starting to feel himself, though. Bro, I'm telling you, Matt. It's like next week, and there's like no storylines at all. But you know what I will say, Matt? Last year, they had all the storyline, right? Last year, they had all the storyline, and what happened? It sucked. So maybe not putting a bunch of pressure, you know? Well, Max is half right there. He said he's half right there. He said that Trinidad is getting hit with that long range jab or mid range jab because Trinidad is becoming predictable. That is partly that, right? But also, what I think Ornelas has learned very well through 8 or 7.5 so far is that where Trinidad's range exists from the power ratio of it all, right? He knows where he can't be when Trinidad is getting ready to unleash that right hand, especially off of that 3-punch combo, 2-punch combo. And really it's just like a double jab setup or maybe like a low feint or something. Now it looks like Trinidad's complaining or Ornelas is complaining about Trinidad's shoulder, using his shoulder. Oh, what do you know? The first fucking Royal Rumble promo of the year. Not of the year, but of the show. Ryda Reigns Rumble. God, they got to stop using AI, dude. They have to stop using AI. Y'all just missed it, but the graphic for Saudi just went right through him. My bad. I forgot I left that light on. I'm eating hamburger helper. What of it? What's the ref saying to him? No, I'm not gonna stream the fight, champ. I can't stream the fight, but I appreciate you tapping in. We're doing a live watch along. I'm live on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, IG. Ooh, nice. So Ornelas's right shoulder popped out of socket and popped right back in, which is actually something it happens more often than you think. So he's throwing mostly left hands. I don't know if the best thing is keeping Jade Gargill like Ultimate Warrior style, like not defend it and just look like a badass, and then have her get roughed up by Chelsea Green. And don't get me wrong, I love Chelsea Green. She's been doing so good, but yeah, she's like a clown act, right? I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but she's like a comedy act. Damn, dude, you can't even win if you're cheating. Jade literally kicked out and she had her foot on the rope. Trinidad needs to start going to the body. Yeah, that was a great body shot he landed earlier in the round when he had Ornelas. Oh, and now Trinidad's going aggressively towards Ornelas. He's got him in the corner up against the rope. Trinidad does look a little gassed. Jade won. Yeah, see, that's my point. If you're debating this much, no, that's it. You got to stop it. He's not responding. Oh my. Bro, that is crazy. Yeah, the J title run has been so lackluster, Matt. Absolutely, bro. That was crazy, Matt. James Taylor just he knew that they were debating. He knew he didn't want to go out there. Ornelas didn't want to go out there. Yeah, it's over. It's over, bro. Bro, Thomas Taylor, you need to go back to fucking Home Improvement with Tim Allen and learn what the fuck you just did there, bro. You let him take unnecessary punishment for what? For what? I get it. You're giving the guy a chance. You're giving the guy a chance, and I respect that. I actually respect that. But it's like, damn, dog, you already knew. You said it in the corner. If y'all are debating this much, I think we know the answer. Let's fight another day. You even had a cool fucking catchphrase to go with it. Like, you could have looked like a fucking slick ass referee who knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, bro, you know what? This is over. Instead, you sent him out there to get smacked up and fuck his shoulder up a little bit more. Shoulder popped out again? The second time? Nah, I give Taylor credit for real. I know I was being a little harsh, but I just think he should have. It was clear to me. I think it was clear to probably most people that have watched boxing long enough that Ornelas did not want to go out there. When a fighter doesn't want to go out there, listen to me, guys. When a fighter doesn't want to, I'm sorry, listen to me. Listen to me. When a fighter wants to go out there, I've seen it. I mean, dude, I couldn't even tell you how many times I've seen it. So many fucking times, hundreds probably, maybe not hundreds, but I've seen it so many times. When a fighter wants to go out there, and he, despite the fact that he's getting the fucking shit beaten out of him, all right, he goes out there, dude. He's like, no, 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 don't quit. No, 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 please, 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 don't stop it. No, 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 please, please, don't stop it. Give me a chance. Please, please, please. I train hard. Please, please. That's the way it goes. Not, hey, talk to me. Yeah. All of a sudden, you don't speak English, bro. Stop. Stop. All of a sudden, you don't speak English. Stop. You know what he wants. You know why he's there. Coach just ignoring. And that's what the coach does. That's the coach's job right there. Honestly. Like, if you want your guy to stay in, he wants to stay in, and that ref wants you out, you know, you just fucking ignore him. Like, what? We're trying to work here. Like if they're not even worried about injuries or cuts or anything. And then you make the ref feel stupid, like, oh shit, I thought he was hurt. My bad. And then you go back. But in this case, I mean, Taylor's telling you, talk to me, bro. Talk to me. Talk to me. Nobody's talking. Why? Because this dude doesn't want to say on camera on a fucking promotion that's been built up for how long on Paramount Plus. He doesn't want to, in front of all these cameras, say, no, my shoulder fucking hurts. Like, really fucking bad. I don't want to go out there. But it's such a machismo, like, you know, head game, male bullshit, like, type of thing, right? You don't think smart or rationally in that moment. You're thinking with your ego because you're hurt because you just got your ass beat and dropped. So, like, you don't also want to be the guy that quit, but it's not quitting. It's being smart and saying, you know what? My shoulder's messed up. If I want to fight again, I got to get this fixed. And I'm already down. I'm already down on the card. 3 points gone. What was that? A 10-round fight, Matt? I don't know what it was. All I know is, damn, dude, they could have stopped that very easily in that point. But shout out to Taylor, because you know what? And I'm surprised, Matt. If Matt was on, he would have brought this up for sure. Because I was talking shit 2 weeks ago when Sabril Matias was given the chance to get to his feet, only to have the fight immediately stop without giving him any sort of, you know, test or give yourself an indication of what he has left. Just wasn't there, bro. Wasn't there. It was sad. Hey, shout out Miguel. Shout out EB. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. What do you got, little girl? All right, guys, here we go. Tag team matches up. All right, guys, we are back live. What are you doing, little girl? Huh? All right. That was like good enough. Fuck it. All right, guys. Kane Sandoval's up. Tag match going on. Damn, this thing is like fucking terrible. Hello. What's up? I haven't even talked to Rob yet, but probably I'm not sure why. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we'll just play it by ear. You're are you at the house or what? Oh, I'm live, man. I'm live. I'm live. No, I was just asking because I thought you were coming over, but all right, I'll tell her never mind. All right, guys. Hammer Hands is on his way out. Uh, he is now making his way through.
Guys like Julian Rodriguez put a box in history. This is just the right scene to upset a guy like Sandoval, right? And when you talk to Julian Rodriguez, as we did yesterday, you think, oh, wait a minute, maybe this. And then you talk to Kate Sandoval, and you go, oh, well, Sandoval's as ready as can be. This ought to be good from ding ding round one.
All right. We are finally comfortable now, right? Oh, that's it. Hey, this is how you watch boxing and wrestling at the same time, right? Look at this. Yeah. This is how. Hey, look at the Bret Hart, Lex Luger thing. Can you see it from there? Probably not. That's all right. Here we go. Ah, Joe, how much did they pay you to say that? The future starts now, Joe. You're better than that, Joe. You're better than that. Freddie Roach with Sandoval. All right, Kate Sandoval with the Mexican mullet. And now, why did Sandoval? Oh, Julia Rodriguez gets the UFC B side. The hell is that, Provatnikov? Why does that guy look like a young Provatnikov? 24-1, 15 KOs. Oh, and now on SmackDown, the Fiend has. I'm sorry, the Fiend. Uncle Howdy hits Talatonga with the mandible claw. Uh-oh. That's it. And the MFTs are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Holy crap. Let's see what. All right. Yo, what do y'all think of their trunks? That's whack, right? It's like they can't even promote, they can't do nothing.
except canvas was over. Keep it into a one shot, but sometimes it wait a little bit. Sandoval generally doesn't wait too long. And you can see
Sandoval does look a little fluffy. Not fat, not out of shape. Little water weight, I think.
both hands rat a tat. What we saw against Rodrigo was a thrilling knockout in round number 10 by Sandoval. Yeah, left hook, right, left combination to score the knockout.
Yo, Rodriguez just let one go
Snap back right there.
and nailed Sandoval with it.
And he hit it up high. Also move and knows when to move and not waste movement. Who's experienced like Rodriguez. It's a lot. But Sandoval not discouraged. Striker front, trying to throw to that body. The question in this fight's going to be, what's the story of the fight, right? Is Sandoval starting to exert pressure, maybe Rodriguez wear himself out, or will Rodriguez make Sandoval pay the price and wear him out as Sandoval's coming in? Round for Julian Rodriguez as Sugar Cane Sandoval. Right there in that corner with the venerable Hall of Famer trainer Freddie Roach. Take you back to that moment when Julian Rodriguez scored in round number 1.
Beautiful uppercut.
So a 13-8 connect advantage in round number 1 for Julian Rodriguez. 7 of those 13 total punches landed were to the head. So far, Rodriguez's movement and power has kept Sandoval's work rate much lower than normal.
All right. Sandoval's kind of stalking still. It's like he's looking for something, waiting for something, but
Now closer range for Sandoval as he sat. And you see the hands go.
oh, a big left hand from Rodriguez. Backs off Sandoval. Oh, and a big right hand to the stomach, and a big uppercut follows it from Rodriguez. Hammer Hands is absolutely picking the best times to let it fly. Sandoval, on the other hand, is looking like he's waiting for something from the outside and unable to find whatever it is on the inside. And Andre Ward makes a great point. What is Sandoval's adjustment? If Sandoval's not going to be able to go and be a wrecking ball and just go through him, then what is going to be his adjustments? And that is going to be able to be the thing that tells us at this level whether he's ready for the next, whether he is a viable challenger to the future of the weight class. And there's Cane Sandoval just being what he is, and that is a menace with the punches. But Rodriguez is picking these very specific moments and letting it fly. The body work is not being done in abundance, but it's being done in a way that will count in this fight if he does not abandon it. Advancing and retreating. Dana, mijo, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, buddy. All right, just tell us the land completions. All right, tell us the jabs, tell us the power punches. Don't you ain't got to get all fancy over here. All right, this ain't PBC, champ. All right, you ain't got to be all fucking retrieval advances. Like, what are you gonna tell us? Takedowns next, huh? Significant strikes. You want you want to give us the significant strikes for the boxing match, Dana? The fuck, retreating and so stupid.
Was overcome by the pressure fighter. Yeah, Thursday will be the opening feature attraction next Sunday, February 1st on Zuffa Boxing right here on Paramount Plus. Of course, the headliner next Sunday, February 1st, will be Jose Rayo Valenzuela against Diego Torres. Valenzuela pulled off such an impressive tough thing, upsetting his pitbull. Next week on Zuffa Boxing on Paramount Plus. So far, they're exchanging shots. A real fight hasn't broken out yet, and that's because Rodriguez is having success. He's stopping Sandoval from making a real fight break out. As I say that, Sandoval does good work in the corner. Yes, but he's got Rodriguez very comfortable at this moment. Good shot right there from Rodriguez. So Rodriguez goes underneath with the right hand. He's going to do that. That's what he's going to slow Sandoval down. I think one mistake Sandoval put it. 3 to 4 seconds too long. 3 to 4 seconds too long. Pushes, he allows Rodriguez to process. Successfully as a pressure fighter, oftentimes he's throwing those shots on the way in.
Would y'all can't I wouldn't count Sandoval a swarmer. I mean, like, he's a pressure fighter for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I guess a swarmer. I mean, yeah, I guess he has swarmer tendencies. But I mean, he can be a lot. I think he can be more than what people assume. But right now, he's getting worked, bro. He is getting worked. He is absolutely getting worked. Yo. Yo, Hammer Hands is getting it, bro. Real talk. Hey, shout out to Machine Gun Matt. Said Rodriguez needs to stay off the ropes. Yo, Kane Sandoval, though, Matt, is not looking even close to what I've seen from him before. It's like a sloppier version of it, right? It's just the punches aren't as clean. They're not as direct. They're not as crisp. Oh, look at that body shot, bro. Look at that body shot. I mean, geez, freaking Louise. That was nasty work. Nasty work. Oh my gosh. Yo, I didn't even know that Adam 22 is fighting tonight. That's fucking retarded. Who would ever watch that? There's actually a bunch of people watching. There's 1,500. Listen to me. Listen to me right now. Look at me. Look at me. Shut up. Hey, Mac. Hey, guys, be quiet real quick. Listen, listen. I'm going to tell y'all. It is absolutely a sign of the times for boxing to know that. Hold on. Let me see. To know that 14,000 people are in a live chat to watch Adam 22 box. Meanwhile, two of the really like good, young, promising, you know, boxers are there's like none of them you would even know who Kane Sandoval is or Hammer Hands. None of them. None of them. And that's sad. That's sad. That's sad to me. That's sad. Oh, Kane gets hit with another big wide left too on that one. That one was wide. Beautiful body shot from Rodriguez. Yo, I'm sorry. This is the whatever this is the perfect fight script for Rodriguez right now. And I wouldn't have even thought that coming into the fight, but I'm sorry. Sandoval's just I mean, he's throwing, he's landing, he's just not making it count. He's not preventing Rodriguez in any way from getting off the shot he wants to. In fact, I think it could be argued that Rodriguez is getting the punches off in spite of Sandoval's offense or to spite. I don't know, whatever. Like part of the reason he's finding those shots is because Sandoval is throwing this what he's trying to make an overwhelming flurry of offense when in reality it's just leaving him open. And let me tell y'all something that I learned a long time ago in sparring. A body shot doesn't hurt as much as when you're throwing a punch. When you get hit with a body punch and you are like mid throw, I mean that's it. That's like the button right there. Matt said, "I like how they gave everyone a job from ESPN except Tim Bradley." Oh shit, bro! And they didn't even ask Bradley to do the ring, bro. They dragged in Berto from wherever the fuck he was at. They said, "Berto, we want you to be the guy." Oh, you haven't been on TV in a decade? That's all right. You have to take insulin shots every hour and a half. That's cool. We still don't want Bradley. You're gonna be the first man to ever have a baby and you need maternity leave? That's cool. We still don't want Bradley. Yo, Matt, can you believe that Johnny Gargano is gonna have to stay while Tommaso Ciampa goes uh probably to AEW or TNA? Canelo, you want to come up here? Damn, we smogged out my room and shit. Dude, why does it look like I'm wearing a fucking diaper? Why did I crawl into the chair like a 5-year-old? What the fuck, dude? I'm so high right now. Oh my god, I just got into the chair like it was my fucking crib. Yo, this has been a banger match. I know what you're thinking. How could you have seen it when you were watching boxing? And let me tell you, fair point. But oh, that American Grande shirt looks sick. But let me tell you, every like minute and a half, I've been glaring at this TV and I'm just seeing like banger after banger, finisher after finisher, and they're kicking out. And now Frazier on the top with Gargano from the top, the old Bret Hart one, except he gets it for a double. Oh, I forget what that move is called. Yo, Gargano kicked out of that. Matt, does he need to stay off the ropes though, dude? Like that's where he's landing his best body work. Sandoval's like, "Oh, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get you against the ropes like I've done everybody else, by the way, and I'm going to do what I want to you." By the way, that was the first round that the unofficial scorecard scorer gave to Sandoval. No, this is interesting, dude. This is very interesting. Let me tell y'all something, guys. I know a couple of people who've invested into the career of Sandoval. Um, and I don't mean invested in like a weird like mob way. I mean like, you know, they've supported him, you know what I mean? They've sponsored, they've donated, you know, they've helped him with boots, yeah, boxing shoes, trunks, stuff like that. This guy is beloved and you know, sometimes that kind of pressure, it makes you make mistakes, right? It makes you go out there with just the worst game plan you could ever utilize against a guy like this in Rodriguez. You know, that Max just said something right now that I was literally just thinking. He said that for all the punishment Sandoval's taken, he's eaten it all. And now a beautiful check left from Rodriguez onto Sandoval, landed fairly flush, but yet again another example of Sandoval just walking through these punches, right? I mean, this guy is very fun. You know, I can tell you this, no matter what this fight, both these guys still have potential in this sport. specifically the winner, obviously. But, Sandoval losing this match, it's not over. Rodriguez has shown more than enough that if he were to get overwhelmed and not pull this off, he's going to get another shot. And this fight was always meant to be, like a 50-50 from an optic standpoint, though Sandoval was the A side. But that was a big double right hand to the body from Sandoval. And that really, really did the job right there. That stopped Rodriguez physically. Well, that's what I just said, Max. So, no, I'm just kidding. And now Rodriguez follows up with a combination that ends with a stiff right hand that he punched through Sandoval. And now from the outside range, Rodriguez fighting with his hands down, utilizing his shoulder movement. Hands down, Rodriguez getting low, looking for his opportunity. He's got 3 seconds left to find a punch. Doesn't look like he'll do it, and that's the bell. What you mean the audio is behind? The commentators? I didn't notice it. So what okay, this is really funny. Let me give you all guys some insight here. So what Max is basically saying is that through 7 rounds, or 7.5, or 6.5, sorry, through 6.5 rounds, if you counted the 50 best punches, Rodriguez has the vast majority, if not all of the best punches in the fight. Okay. But from the perspective of the commentary team, the narrative is that Sandoval is starting to change the tide. The momentum is probably possibly starting to shift. But for Max's point, he's saying, how can Sandoval be winning rounds if it's Rodriguez? Or not to say he's not winning rounds, how can he be shifting the fight if it's Rodriguez that has actually done the most meaningful work? As in, he can throw the busier shots and try to put in the rounds, but at the end of the day, the judges should be rewarding, as Max likes to say, the guy you would rather be in that round, right? That has been Max's style of judging forever, since he was on HBO, since he was on ESPN Friday Night Fights. That was his philosophy. Now Rodriguez landing a big combination right hand. Beautiful work right there. Beautiful work. This is amazing work right here, guys. This is just like crazy offense. It's like no head movement, no slipping. You're not going to get any counter punches. These guys are just going at it right now. Oh, and Rodriguez now teeing off. And that's the thing, is like every time Sandoval lands his best punch, the most devastating aspect of it is the barrage. right? But Rodriguez's best punches are leaving Sandoval moving, head back, body shaken up, and one of the big problems with it is Sandoval came in. He just looks a little like maybe he's carrying a little too much water weight, and that causes the punches to look even worse to the body because come on, y'all know it. It's that ripple effect, baby. You slap them cheeks and it just goes for days. That's not what it does. Sounds like a chicken, apparently. Yeah, I mean. Oh, I forgot. One championship had their thing tonight too, right? Yeah, see, and that's what Matt said. See, Matt is a guy who's boxed for a long time, Machine Gun Matt, he's had fights. He knows you don't want to keep your back against the rope. And yet, Rodriguez has found success in those moments, oddly enough. So Machine Gun Matt is right. You don't teach your son or your fighter or your, pupil to fight with his back against the rope. You teach him to get out of that position. But at the end of the day, calling a spade in this fight, Rodriguez has done some really nasty work in positions where Sandoval is typically used to getting the best of it. And I want to thank everybody that's listening. If you want to hit that like, want to hit that subscribe, we'll be live tomorrow for the UFC 324 Patty Pimblett. And you know what? After this round, I'll show y'all what I was talking about with what's his name? The guy from UFC, the fighter. I forget his name. Yeah, so we'll be live tomorrow for that, okay? And we'll be live tomorrow for Saturday Night Main Events, as well as Murataya and Andy Cruz, which is my favorite fight of the weekend, by the way. I mean, don't get me wrong, that Patty Pimblett and Justin Gaethje fight is huge. Also, I think nobody this weekend has more pressure on them than one Sugar Sean. You can lose 2 in a row to a great champion in combat sports, but losing 3 in a row to anyone that's a death knell. I mean, that's just like, that could be career defining. It can be. I'm not saying it will be. That's why I do believe Sean has more stress on his shoulders heading into tomorrow's UFC debut on Paramount. How funny is it that well, never mind. Sandoval doing well with the uppercut. Yo, he's spamming that uppercut, bro. He's just spamming that uppercut. That's crazy. Yo, he's just hitting square and X, square and X, square and X, square and X. Yo, he's hitting that southwest that southwest roll. You know what I mean? He's hitting that southwest roll. Just keep on hitting it. Keep on moving that stick. Same way, same way. Yo, fuck people that play like that. Because they always win with fucking Pacquiao or Roy Jones or you know who I haven't lost with at all? Chocolatito. You know why? Because he's the perfect fighter. Him and Amir Khan. Bro, I'll fuck you up with Amir Khan. I'm also really good with Carl Frampton and Linares for some reason. You know who I suck with? Canelo. Canelo is like so terrible in the game. He's like slow. Oh, Drew's talking. Hold on. Drew's talking. Let's listen. Oh, sports. Yo, that's hilarious. Half of the crowd's cheering Drew right now, just so y'all know. I saw Cody's therapy session earlier. Yo, get him, Drew, get him. Did what? If he did what? Nobody's won the three Royal Rumbles, right, Matt? Rodriguez just needs to let his hands go. Sandoval is waiting for him to be still. Yeah, bro. There's a lot of shit on TV tomorrow, Matt. Too much, dude. Too much, bro. That's why y'all got to stay live with me. I got a lot of fun shit planned tomorrow. We gonna be popping, 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 popping. Oh God, why am I singing that? That sounds really sus. Who is he talking about? Oh, Damian Priest. Oh, he's just going down the list of everybody that's been talking shit to him. Sandoval got popped with the jab, getting popped with the uppercut. God damn it. My network went out. Oh, never mind. Is this the Oh, I was like, this is the go home angle? Yo, I'm going for Sami Zayn in the Royal Rumble this year, guys. Just letting y'all know. I'm gonna get annoying with it. If Sammy doesn't win, we riot. Actually, you know what? It'll be a Canadian riot. So less J6 and more. I don't know. Yo, Sammy's getting that Canada love, bro. We need another. You know what? That's what wrestling's missing. While the UFC and ZUFFA and TKO continue to look for that American star, right? Wrestling needs a Canadian American hero again. That's what wrestling make wrestling great again by delivering a great Canadian American hero. That is a Canadian born who's hero to the Americans, an America that needs them more than ever. Oh shit. Mm. Yo, he said Sammy's son is sad. And he's been sad since the moment he was born, looked up and saw Sami Zayn was his father. How nasty is that? Like, how nasty is Drew McIntyre? Like, real talk. How nasty is Drew McIntyre? Y'all want me to push it back, you said? How much of it? Yo, look what Matt put. Oh, Austin won 3? That's right. He did win 3. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you for that. How much of an underdog can you be if you constantly win? Matt's fucking hilarious, bro. Oh shit. Y'all ever work with a black dude who like y'all are like the same level, right? Like y'all are coworkers, right? Y'all do the same job, y'all got hired in the same way, same pay, everything, but he tries to like act like your boss or like play your boss. Y'all ever work with people like that? I work with like 7 black dudes who would always pull that shit. And they would always be like, "Hey, Mario, hey, I'm gonna need you to go in." It's like, you're gonna need me to go, brother. We're both making $7.80. Like, do it or shut the fuck up about it. But I'm not doing shit. Either anyway, that's the Trick Williams vibe. Trick Williams gives me the vibe that he would have a real problem if a veteran told him to get out of the locker room. But that's that whole like generation, right? Like they just like they get their feelings hurt and like, I'm not gonna leave the locker room. I work here too. And it's like, bro, you needed to play football or basketball in high school so you could understand like the hierarchy structure to this team shit. That's why in the pros you have captains on teams, right? That's why they got captains. You see the C on their uniform makes them the captain. That's important. There's an identifier, it's done to elicit the respect that you're supposed to give to that position. Yo, we are in round 10. Sandoval-Rodriguez, 30 seconds left of what's been a tremendous fight. Rodriguez and Sandoval still with the same fight script we've seen since the opening round. Sandoval attempts to overwhelm Rodriguez, patiently picks his spot, and at the end of the exchange, the sequence counted more for Rodriguez. That is what we've seen. I think that's the narrative of the fight. Is that what the judges saw? We're going to find out. Hey, chat or Matt or whoever. Who wins a world title? Oh, that got ended big time with a big shot right there. That was nice. That was nice work. Hey, all right, Matt or chat. Listen, who wins a world title first, Sami Zayn or Zack Ryder? You can't say neither. Matt, who wins? Sami Zayn or Matt or Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona? I mean, who wins the world? Who wins the world title first or heavyweight title first? Yo, what did y'all have it? Sammy? Yeah, I think Sammy too. What did you score it? Matt, did you score it? God damn it. No. This isn't the main event, right? I'm gonna give Sammy the Orange Cassidy rule if he wins the world title. I'm gonna stop watching SmackDown. That's fucked up, Matt. Dude, Matt, why do y'all gotta be? I don't understand why. What like were you and Mex bullied by a Canadian in elementary school? Like, why do y'all hate great wrestlers from Canada? I don't get that. All right, let's see what we got it. I would say like 7-3 Rodriguez is like there. 8-2, I would. Yeah. Damn, dog. Poor Kate Sandoval, bro. Poor kid. Yo, that is that is what's his name? I was gonna say Provodnikov. What's his name, Matt? That dude? in Rodriguez's corner, the Eastern European guy?
We're so used in boxing to seeing judges get that kind of fight wrong. The underdog comes in, boxes well, the other guy keeps coming, and they give him the decision.
Yo, that shows you how long it's been since Max has been back in the game. And guess what? The fans wanted Jay to win the world title and immediately regretted it. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, I actually agree with that. You're right. But I will say this. I do believe that Sammy deserves a world title. I don't think Zack Ryder deserves to be world champion. Yo, Julian's giving away the playbook on TV. Dana's like, bro, what? Don't tell him it's always fake beef. Hey, don't tell him it's as real as Aiden Ross's fucking bullshit fight league.
Did you feel like you could get the stoppage? He was taking the shots really well, but you kept landing titanic shots. I said at one point, of the 50 best shots in the fight, 45 or something of them had been landed by you, but he kept coming.
Yo, hey, Julian Rodriguez sounds like fucking what's that guy's name from Kill Tony, the New York comedian Johnny No Name or Johnny No Go or I don't know what his name is, but he's like, hey, the guy kept coming forward. Hey, I said, hey, he's right here. What am I gonna do? I guess I'm gonna keep hammering. Oi, hey, whoa. Yo, he said I'm back in the PI on Monday. Yo, did y'all hear what he said? He said, I want to be the ZUFFA welterweight world champion. I think that Dana gave a bonus to anybody who would say that this. Yo, you know how in the UFC Dana gives out like a knockout bonus or fight of the night bonus? Yo, tonight he gave out a hey, whoever says Zuffa boxing champion at the end of your speech, yo, you're getting an extra 25 hundo in your check. Yo, we throwing you that cash with that 15 hundo and that HEB gift card. You know what I mean? Them groceries are tight. Them groceries are tight, boy. Yo, how did we pay over $100 at the groceries today? And we went through the 10 items or less aisle. Tell me how we did that with food, grocery food. How did we do that? That should not be possible to get into the line at the grocery store. You know what I mean? And you're in the 10 items or less line and your bill's like $140, 130 whatever dollars. That shouldn't be possible. And no, we didn't buy like some fucking pit at HEB or like a fucking TV stand. It was like 30% vegetables. Okay, it wasn't 30% vegetables. Yo, these commercial progress. Also, you're just okay with Drew having a chump title reign for a couple weeks? No. Oh, no. I'm bad. My bad. I didn't mean Sammy should win it now. I meant like ever. Like, because I assume they'll give it. I assume Zack Ryder and or Sammy will at some point get a title um feud, and I expect that when that day happens, Sammy will win. And I think in a year, maybe that could happen. Year and a half. But no, certainly not next. I do not want Drew. Let me tell y'all, if Drew were to lose the title before Mania, back to Cody specifically, I'm done, dude. I'm fucking done. I'm just shitting on the product nonstop after that. I would be so pissed off. Like, but if Drew loses it to like someone else, that would have to depend on the angle. As long as it's not just a, oh my God, we shouldn't have given it to Drew. Roman's mad. Okay, give it to Jacob. Like, if it's something like that, bro, I'll be pissed. But as long as, hey, damn, Austin Deanda looking a little, bruh. This all smells like he's getting the belt in Saudi next week. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't know. You think they'll do it? I know that was like what some people would booked for like Sammy title reign, like to win it in Saudi over Mania or Saudi in Mania or Mania in Saudi. But I'd be okay with that. I would not be okay with it this year or before Mania for sure. Yo, yo, Rodriguez looks like Rodriguez looks like a 14-year-old Filipino kid and somehow also a 38-year-old Mojado. I'm sorry. It's just the way he looks, bro. I don't know what to tell you. He somehow looks like a prepubescent Filipino kid and also a middle-aged Mexican. I don't know how this is possible. Also, and I'm not trying to roast, bro. I'm really not. I'm trying to like just fucking be honest about what I'm seeing here. And my man needs to chill with the eyebrows. He needs to stop. Somebody needs to take away his subscription card at the salon. You know what I mean? Or the men's grooming. You know, that gentleman grooming place. They need to take his. You know, I don't know how much the gift card they got him was. I'm assuming like enough to do it every week for like 2 years, but they need to give that. They need to take that card back. He needs to let them eyebrows grow back in, champ. In, you're looking crazy, champ. You're looking crazy with that. That's all right though, bro. It looks like he copied and pasted his mustache and then just like put it on his eyebrow. Put like each one on the eyebrow. I'm not gonna lie though, I do like that Zuffa boxing zipper hoodie. I guess it's like the old school cutoff hoodie. That's the era of weightlifting that I miss the most, right? Because I lived through the 2000s gym like evolution, right? The whole like lunk alarm at Planet Fitness and all that. And so like the first era that I grew up in working out was like dungeon fucking hoodie over your head, you know, these type of things, the headphones in and just fucking in that dungeon ripping and slipping. I don't know why I said that. Gripping and ripping, bro. Just fucking gripping and ripping. That's the era that I lived in. Oh, I mean, I was young. I was a kid.
It's just so difficult. The muscle memory is so much different. Deanda has real guts. And by the way, he's a natural fighter, Deanda. You can see it. He has ability.
Paula Deonda?
Rodriguez, who feels that he's ready to shine. Max this past year also got him some quality time at Buffalo first training camp,
which is very valuable experience. So you hear someone's been working with Bud, you go, oh, not Sergio. I mean, Martinez, not Sergio. Martinez might be MVP. Who knows? Might have a draw, right? Like, that's really valuable experience. But if you're an international amateur, you have success on the Olympic level where you're battling. And by the way, not a lot of Mexican Olympic medalists because they turn pro usually at a young age. It's unusual what he accomplished, and it means he is very, very good.
It's so rare for Dean that in 2016, this man, Rodriguez, won the bronze medal in the Olympics. He was Mexico's first Olympic medalist in 16 years. It is a pro boxing culture in Mexico. One of the best.
Misael.
So here's the test of a fuse. 15-0, Rodriguez against 17-0, Austin Dianda.
Misael Rodriguez, 15-0. Austin Dianda, 17-0. This is a good fight. 31 of years of age is Rodriguez. 22 is the very thin eyebrowed Dianda. Pretty even everywhere around, other than the reach was 2 inches in favor of the Mexican. He said, yo, like what he said. Yo, that said, if Rodriguez is 31, I need to work on my skin routine. Yo. Sharp eyes, brown high socks. That's a down ass fool to me. Yeah, bro. He fooling it up, bro. Y'all notice like all the kids got like lisps now and like uh like speech impediments. Like Ryan Garcia. Like everybody talks like Ryan Garcia. All the kids, they all talk like all the boy kids, boy kids, like all the human boys, human male boys, human, when I say human, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, they all got lists now. I don't know, it's weird. My plug, he's a good kid, dude. But yeah, man, they all got this like way of speaking now. It's yeah, the crowd's good. It's warmed up. The hell? Why did he say it like that? That's his girlfriend. God damn. She's a surfer. Bro, only Missy L can look the way he looks, bro. Can look the way he looks. And fucking be on a dating show, on a reality dating show. Could you imagine him like on Love Island and shit with that fucking mustache? Bro's got everybody's dad's hair in 1987. He walked in and said, "Give me the John Candy haircut."
Rodriguez back to business, Trey, after a 363-day layoff last time he was out there. It was last January. He came up with a win against JC's other son.
Bro, why did I do that? Yeah, but that doesn't really help though. I mean, it depends who you're fighting. Like he's saying, "Oh, well, if you can't stay working out and stay at the gym, well then at least the military or whatever else will keep you in shape." But that's not fighting shape is different, right? And sometimes the problem is that regular people that never played sports will never understand what that means. But also sometimes what that means is a fighter who from age 5 has been fighting and working out and had six-pack abs by the time he was 11 and never fucking stopped. They don't know what it's like to be a normal ass person and just be a normal ass person working out. Bro, I remember we had Matt. I don't know if you remember this or not. Yo, Misael is walking into that shit. Or he's gonna walk into that shit if he keeps throwing that. Uh Fuck, what was I gonna say? I don't even remember now what I was gonna say. Fuck. I was gonna ask you about something that happened on TVV one time if you remember about it, but I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Hey, if you get it, that like, that follow, that sub, will be live tomorrow for the UFC 324. Patty Pimblett and Justin Gaethje. It's a really good card. It's not the same card it was that was first announced. You know that would have been a badass fucking card. I'll tell you right now, if that was the card we were getting when Amanda Nunes was fighting still, and she was the co-main event, bro. I as much as I love and I do love this Andy Cruz Murataya fight, bro, I wouldn't have even watched that fight live. I would have just said, guys, we're watching the zone after UFC is over. That's it. Tomorrow we're watching Murataya Cruz, no matter what's on. I'm gonna have both of them on the TV. We're gonna also have Saturday night main events cooking, AAA. It's gonna be a night. It's gonna be a vibe. I'm telling y'all. Matt, who you got? Murataya Cruz. I'm guessing you're going with Cruz, or do you want to get fancy? Or you want to get fancy? Yo, y'all gotta check this tough man shit out one day. All right, we're gonna watch this. I swear to God, we're gonna watch this one day. I'm gonna record them and we're gonna watch them. Y'all gotta check this shit out one day. All right, these tough mans are hilarious. Look at this dude who's about to fight. Look at this dude. Look at this dude fighting. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that hair, bro. Y'all don't want to see what this guy's got. I know y'all want to see what this guy's got. I know y'all want to see what this guy's got. Stop pretending. Stop pretending like you don't want to know what he's got, because he's got something. He's got something. You could tell. Max, stop pretending like you haven't been pussyfooting with Stephen A. Smith while the rest of us were still locked into this boxing thing. Hey, shout out to everybody watching right now that was stayed locked into boxing. All right. HBO disappeared. Everybody's trying to copy him since. And at the end of the day, nobody's even come close. But shout out to everybody that stayed rocking with boxing. You know what I mean? Everybody that didn't abandon shit um before Turkey came and made everyday boxing Thanksgiving. Is that redneck raw? I love watching that shit. Yeah, he does look redneck brawly. I'm not gonna lie about that. He's redneck brawlick and redneck brawly too. Oh, motherfucker. Yo, Sammy just slapped the dog shit out of fucking Drew, bro. Oh my god. Y'all gotta see this real quick. Yo, look. Holy shit, bro. Oh no, I changed it. Fuck. Hold on, I'll fast forward for you. Ooh, nice shot from Rodriguez. That body work. You know, there's this body shot that has always been traditionally like a Mexican style body liver shot, right? And it's almost where they hinge out and drop to deliver it, right? So it's not that you're making impact with the body just alone, you're making it up. And there's like this thing here, and it's not just if you hit it, but if you hit it into the rib cage, it's like squeezing that muscle from both, or not. I don't know if it's a muscle, I don't know what it is, but it's like squeezing that from both. It's not really your liver. People call it a liver shot. Hey, hey, bro, did you know that Adam 22 is fighting right now on YouTube on Aiden Ross's bullshit thing? What do you mean? When can you see it? I mean, you're not. Are you grounded? I don't know. Oh no. I don't know when he's coming out. I have it on my YouTube. I'm just gonna keep it on until it comes out. Yeah, brand risk 12 boxing event. Adam 22 versus Jason Love, who I guess is a porn star. I thought a lot of guys fuck his chick. Isn't the whole thing about Adam 22 is that a bunch of dudes bone his girl? You're telling why do you know all this about Adam 22 and his relationship? Wait. Oh, so wait. So when Adam 22 started dating her, then she agreed, okay, I'm gonna stop banging all the black dudes that I bang. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Because I mean, I'm not saying that I've seen them, but I've seen the memes. Like I know she's been with more than one black guy, you know. Bro, can you come on live and talk about this? Because it really feels weird that everybody's talking to me. Bro, I'm putting you on speaker now because now I'm not going to sound like the weirdo talking about this by myself.
Dude, I mean, dude, you're not watching Rodriguez?
Yeah, I'm watching. Did you see the Sandoval fight? Dude, thank God I didn't put nothing on Sandoval. Remember I told y'all last week that I was going to put something on the fight? I was going to do a parlay, and whatever parlay I did, I was going to put Sandoval in it. Bro, thank God I didn't, bro. Machine Gun Matt got it right, though. Are you watching SmackDown?
No, I'm watching the boxing.
Damn, why do you have to make it sound like you fucking don't give a shit? Hey, well, then I don't want you watching Royal Rumble next week, all right? We don't need no fucking bandwagon jumpers.
Dude, what the hell? I'm watching boxing again next week.
The hell, they're at different times. Yeah, Batman's at 8.
Dude, what time's it? What's it called?
What?
The Royal Rumble.
It's at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're the only. Yeah, you're the only person that doesn't have that day off. Adam took it off. Rob took it off. Everybody took it off.
The hell, Rob always has Saturdays off.
Well, he's off, so.
Well, I'm gonna take
wow, why would they have given them? Why would they have given them the number one contenders? That's so stupid. Yeah. So, Adam 22, are you gonna watch it or what?
Dude, yes, dude.
Dude, Aiden Ross. Hey. Aiden Ross, Rampage, and what's the rapist kid or the black dude that talks? That's a molester. Academics. Hey, you want me to tell you who? You want me to tell you who Academics reminds me of? Tone. Yeah, Tone from the boxing, the guy from TBV. Doesn't he have like a very academic style? Like it's like he's just like trying to be annoying to be annoying.
Dude, that's embarrassing, bro. That they're fucking trying to think Carlos Ocampo might have a chance to win, bro.
Dude, come on. You know that's all propaganda.
Dude, I know. I said it's embarrassing that they think that he has a chance to, like, they're showing him.
Hey, bro, Ocampa's seasoned, bro. He's battle tested. So I'll tell you this: if Callum Walsh isn't
Callum Walsh is good, dude.
Talent-wise, Callum Walsh is very good. But if that fight script gets bad, hey, remember when Tim Tszyu was beating the dog shit out of Sebastian Fundora, and then he got that badass cut, and that changed the entire landscape of the fight?
I mean, yeah,
also, wouldn't you say real quick? Wouldn't you say? Okay, but real quick, wouldn't you say that Lomachenko pound for pound is much better than Orlando Salido, and he does everything way better than him? But what happened when Lomachenko wasn't ready?
Hold on, Mario. Come on, dude. Yeah, I do. I think Orlando Salido that fought a Lomachenko who had 2 professional fights at that time. Oh.
Well, I mean, he'd been fighting in the World Boxing Classic.
Mario, he was an amateur until 2 fights before that. And he fought 2 fights, professional fights. I think if this was Callum Walsh's even 6th fight, yeah, he has a chance. But, dude, it's not his 6th fight.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, so, okay, if Salido fought Loma on Loma's 8th fight,
Oh,
you think it's the
shit.
same thing? No, it's not.
Nah, it's definitely not. But
Exactly.
but I'm just trying to use the
okay,
point.
Max,
I'm just trying to use the point. Hey, look. Or I'm gonna show everybody.
Dog.
I'm gonna show everybody this slap, dude. Sami Zayn slapped the dog piss out of fucking out of Drew out of Zuffa boxing out of Drew McIntyre, dude. Look, listen.
Oh, they're gonna give him the title shot, Sammy.
Damn, why do y'all hate Sammy so much? Just the disappointment in your.
Does, but dude, like it's like, damn, give him a chance to actually win the title. They're not gonna take it from him after he won the title 3 weeks ago.
Nah, you're right. Matt said the same thing too.
Like, I mean, damn, dude. Like, nobody hates Sammy. It's just, I mean, make it realistic, bro. Like,
it's wrestling. Make it real.
All right. Well, since you're not watching Zuffa boxing, I'll tell you what happens.
All right. Well, since you're not watching Adam 22, I'll tell you what happens.
Dude, I'm gonna turn it on right now.
Wow, you want to see Adam 22?
It's not on. It's on YouTube.
I'm watching on YouTube.
Oh shit! What is it on? Aiden Ross?
No, it's on TV Box Now. I think Aiden Ross is banned from yeah. Hey, look, chat. I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, from YouTube. Watch. Look at this shit. Hey, come on with me. I'm gonna send you the link.
All right, later.
You know you're lying, but.
No, I'm not. Later.
Bro, y'all seen that? Yo, he slapped the dog shit out of Drew, bro. Hey, they probably just told him he's gonna lose. They said, hey, you're gonna lose. You're not winning tomorrow. And he said, all right, I'm gonna go take this slap out on Drew. Yo, if you could hit that like, hit that sub, hit that follow, that would be really I'd appreciate it. Hey, I'll tell you what, if I get how about just 5? If I get 5 combination sub or follows from any of the 5 platforms I'm on, so that's 1 per, then I'll stay on and cover Adam 22 as well. I mean, I'm not saying I want to. I'm saying I'll do it. Hey, yo, just a heads up on Amazon. They have a deal right now for these laptop battery packs. They're like usually like 60 to 80 bucks. I mean, they're usually more, but for a smaller wattage one, they're usually like between $60, $75. And I got this one for, I think it was 35 or 45, something like that. It was like significantly cheaper. Thank God that UFC card starts at 8 now. So Max can't play. I didn't see him, Matt. Oh, there he is. Damn it. Fucking bullshit, dude. This is bullshit. Yo, Kane said, if you cover Adam 22, I'm unsubbing. Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Those are my sentiments exactly. Pull up. Great news.
during a round that crucial.
Are they stopping it? Hey, Mom's Food. How you doing? Right there. That one right there is for Mom's Food planting things. All right. Appreciate you tapping in. You're awesome. All right. Let me tell y'all who this is. This is a person who is following Shoe Shine and a couple other really awesome boxing content creators. And I did one of their shows a while back. It was like sometime last year. And look, there's a person who came over from there, hardcore fan, boxing fan, and I appreciate it. Mom's Food. Thank you so much for tapping in. What have you thought of the action so far, by the way? You watching ZUFFA? What are you thinking of ZUFFA Boxing 01? It was weird because when I saw the hashtag on social media, I was like, I swear to God, I saw ZUFFA Boxing 101. And I was literally thinking that they were trying to like get something trending, like this is how you promote boxing. Like we're gonna give a lesson in boxing promotion. Oh shit, look at the new elites. Damn, those are sick, dude. Stone Cold's got the beer. That's crazy. Oh, I have the invisible John Cena. I'm good. I'm good. We are watching SmackDown live and we're watching the ZUFFA boxing. Uh ZUFFA Boxing 1. First of how many we don't know, how successful we don't know, but this is the first one. And I will say that they have done a very good job with the matchmaking tonight. That Rodriguez Sandoval fight was a very solid fight. This fight's been pretty good too. It's been decent. I think it's C. Floyd Diaz earlier, but you know, it is what it is. Yo, hey, Drew McIntyre left an autographed picture on Cody Rhodes' van now. Cody Rhodes has a Scooby Doo van now. Why you would need a van and a bus, I can't understand. The fight's over, by the way. I don't know why you'd have both. Although it would be sick if Cody rides around the country in his van, in his bus, and then like the back of the bus opens up and then he can take the van out, kind of like when the bat plane was able to like spit out the bat cycle. That'd be cool. Hey, shout out everybody on Twitch. Shout out everybody on TikTok just joining us. Oh, IG, I'm so my bad, IG. I am so sorry. I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Miguel. I am the French. Hey, Gene. Jay, I appreciate you in there. Callie, appreciate you. Man, if that ain't Sonteo Media, if that ain't Sonteo Media, bro, the champ in the building. What is going on, champ? Appreciate you for tapping in. Tomorrow night, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez versus Rio. I cannot believe they gave Kiana James and Julia the number one contender match.
I know he's gonna be giving me the business because I always gotta get better, as I said. To me, that's a very good version of you. In recent years, I haven't.
The hell? He understands it. He completely understands English.
There's like no hope, there's no motivation when you don't know when the next fight's gonna be, and all that kind of stuff. How do you feel now? Is this looking forward to the next fight? What is this like?
Max is a little rusty. Max is a little rusty. Little rusty trombone. Sí, claro que sí. You know who's in desperate need of a repackaging? Damian Priest. Like the Yo, another fighter to call. I swear to God. Dana had them all in the back before this card started and said, if you win, it is in your contract. Should have read it before you signed it, but you got to ask for a ZUFFA boxing belt. And also, don't even think of mentioning Al Heyman in this motherfucker. That's what it was said. I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying I know. You know, call me the Candace Owens of boxing, because I don't know. I just know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I know. All right, guys, main event time for ZUFFA Boxing. Hey, I want to thank all of y'all seriously for tapping in. You know, I appreciate when y'all are active in the chat. I appreciate when y'all tap in and join the link. And so I appreciate everybody. Mom's Food for being tapped in. Machine Gun Matt for you know, being so active today. You know, he's just always the champ though. So you know, anybody else looking to come on and talk about either SmackDown or ZUFFA's first boxing card, call in, talk about it. We'll stay on for a little bit after the fight if y'all want to come on afterwards too. So the TikTok is at InfightingFX. At InfightingFX. INFIGHTINGFX. Yeah, it's same all across. I got lucky enough to have gotten my channel banned once and get to start over with the same at on all of my profiles. But yeah, at InfightingFX. I'm actually not live this second. I put it on a 10-minute pause so that I could adjust my mic on it. But in about 10 minutes, I'll be live on there. Damn, Matt thinks they got all they could out of Priest. He's done. See, I think when Matt says stuff like that, he's not wrong, right? Matt's a guy who I think really has a good sense of what people think. You know, one thing that's a big like people always ask me like, oh, how do I get started writing and boxing? Or I mean, they don't ask me that as much anymore. That was like something people were asking me like 10 years ago, but you know, more today, it's like, how do you get started streaming? How do you get started with the YouTube channel or Twitch or gaming or whatever? And I tell people all the time, like, dude, you just start. Like, everybody thinks, well, no, like, I mean, you know, I can't do boxing. I can't do wrestling. You know, there's a Dan Rafael already, or there's a Steve Kim, or there's a Tone, or there's a Ness, or whoever, you know what I mean? But the truth is, what has become a what's become a huge commodity that is also going through a real scarcity online is authenticity. And what I mean by that is that there are people that talk about sports, art, movies, politics, right? Music, books, writing, whatever, like, you know, fixing toilets, right? There is a community for everything online. But what most people in social media and people that have been in radio and people like me that have been in journalism and stuff often don't have is an insight to the insights to the masses, right? Like, how connected are you to the people? You go to work, sure, you got a family, sure, but like how different is your community? Like, how many people do you talk with, vibe with? Like, do you have the ability to see something, watch something, consume it, and give an opinion that would reflect the thoughts and ideas of the masses? And when you're a radio personality or like a professional podcaster or live streamer or whatever, oftentimes you get stuck in a community of only those people and you lose touch with the general consumer of that product. So people who are perceptive, that have experience, that's all you need to start a channel in anything, and being like authentic and understanding the wants and needs of a community, right? So like, again, I say that to say I think he might be right about Damian Priest, and that's what I made that video for, that I posted that everybody hated, about people going to AEW and going to WWE, right? Like right now, I think that there are several guys in WWE that would absolutely benefit from going over. Okay, this is a situation where you look at what has led to some of the biggest angles and things in wrestling. And it's when people come over, it shakes up the landscape, right? It shakes up the monotony. And so that's what we're looking for right now more than ever, right? We're looking for the breaking of the monotony. See, WWE for so long was able to like be on top because they had the best cameras, the best production, the best people in the booth, the best people in the truck, right? Best producers, all that, right? But now, like, an indie show can put on a pay-per-view and have, not as good a camera, but like HD quality cameras. So like the presentation is all getting closer to this elite level. So it comes back down to the product and it not being stale. Thank you, Mom's Food, for tapping in. I will follow you back on TikTok as well. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about the ZUFFA boxing card after the fight's over. I want to hear from y'all. I'm gonna open up the link. You can join the show and let me know what you thought of tonight's action and just everything. What did you think of the production? What did you think of the commentary? What did you think of the set? The walkouts, the presentation overall. This was at the UFC Apex Center, or what's it called, Matt? Is it the Apex Center, right? It's in Vegas. This is where they had a lot of their bubble fights during the pandemic, and they from that moment they started having like regular shows there. And I had Shoe Shine on yesterday. Shout out to Mom's Food. She was on that live and hopefully maybe caught what we were talking about, because he made a really great point. Shoe Shine, we were talking about the old days, of course. Boxing heads, we love to talk about our old days. We were talking about the good old days of having Friday night fights and Tuesday night fights on USA, and just those like random like weekday shows that you would get, right? Even like a show box on Thursday. Usually they were on Friday, but every once in a while on a Thursday. And we were talking about that, and Shoe Shine made the point. He said that from everything he's seen with ZUFFA and the way they're moving, and based on the way he knows, or based on the knowledge he has of how they moved with the UFC specifically, he thinks they're going to open up that Las Vegas Apex Center for like a regular weekly, if not Friday, then maybe like every other Friday show, which would give back to the boxing sport a program that once again we can watch, that focuses on the future of the sport. It's so difficult now to create new stars when you don't have the ability to platform them the way they should be on shows, right? Because you can't have Shoo main event a card at 6-0 or 7-0 or whatever, right? but you can have him co-main event like a up and comers type of card, like a showbox type of card. You could have him do that. Um, Not only could you have him do that, but you could benefit from people seeing him. Because right now, like those types of fights that would have been on, Showbox or Friday Night Fights or whatever, they're just buried at the bottom of the card. And it's awesome for hardcore boxing fans like me who get to see, boxing cards with, big or blue chipper type fighters. But it's like, how many new fans do you make that way? Boxing's been, people have been conditioned to like show up for the main card, show up for the main event, whatever, have a nonchalant attitude about the rest of the card because it's whatever's on top. All right, Joe Martinez is in the ring. He's making the announcement. Yo, Sami Zayn is out there in the middle of Damian Priest's match with Trick Williams. Yo, Sammy, that heel turn is coming a year too late. Yo, no, it wasn't a year. It was after Mania. So, oh, yes, Meta Apex. Thank you, Matt. Matt always knows, bro. Matt always knows, and he don't need Google and Chat GPT like the rest of us. My man uh has that non THC affected brain. Tabitha Ricci. She fights UFC. Callum Walsh's girl. Uh-oh. And that's the bell for round one. Let's start off the fight. Yo, Ocampo's letting it slang. He's slanging it, bro. Ooh, Walsh lands a nice left hand. Walsh in the southpaw stance, Ocampo in the orthodox. Ocampo's got that lead hand out, possibly to use as a measuring tape. Now he's starting to extend it a little bit. Ooh, nice check hook from Walsh. Yo, Walsh is just planting his feet and squaring up, bro. Yo. Yeah, so what Max just said is very, very correct. Very astute point. Walsh is circling into Ocampo's right hand. And at the end of the day, he's also not working to keep that lead foot on the outside of Ocampo. See, when a southpaw and an orthodox fighter fight each other, the first the first and foremost, the battle is between the lead legs, the lead feet. All right. And you want to be the fighter, beautiful left hand from Walsh just now. You want to be the fighter with the foot on the outside, because the further inside you have your foot compared to that of your opponent, the less power and torque you can get out of your punch, specifically the straight power shot. Um, and Walsh, that left hand that he just landed a second ago, that left hand he just landed a second ago, that punch, he took a outstep as he came in, so it was out and in, and that put him in a very good position to land that left, a stiff left. I fast forwarded through the SmackDown. Damn, Theo Vaughn gets all the fucking Dana White tickets. I ain't seen him at wrestling. Fucking motherfucker. Ooh, wide shot from Walsh. Ocampo wasn't the straightest counter shot back, but if he can time that shot and cut the distance between it. God damn it. Are you serious, dude?
Comes back on October of 2022, the fight that Max is referencing. Greg, what was your end takeaway of that effort pushing Fedor the distance?
It's a good fight. I mean, Pandora is an extremely hard fighter to deal with. It's hard to reach him.
Okay, so Trick threw Priest into Sammy. That's what happened. All right. Now I see.
As if you're outside of his feet, right? Where you can hit him with the hardest straight power shot.
Beautiful. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Hold up. Sami Zayn interrupted the match. He interfered and got Priest disqualified. Now Priest hits Sammy with the super kick. So these are the four guys that are gonna be wrestling tomorrow to see who goes on to the Royal Rumble. But the point I wanted to make real quick, Randy Orton's coming out. The point I was trying to make though, so just then now you saw a very interesting moment if you didn't catch it, right? So for those that were around during the HBO days, Max Kellerman was one of the greats, just like a real boxing nerd with it. We all could relate because that's how we were. And so, he's a historian, just kind of like the guy that seemed like the next in line to replace Jim Lampley type, and Jim Lampley's like the GOAT. And so, Andre Ward and a handful of guys that had started HBO and ended up making that transition to Top Rank, they got some heat. I mean, I like Andre Ward, and a lot of people do, but there's some people that have a lot of problems with his commentating. And so just now, Max and him, like, Max is trying to ask him why would Walsh be circling to Ocampo's power hand, the right, when traditionally, ooh, that was a body shot. No, that was low. Ocampo landed low. Why would he go into the power hand and not circle the other way? Andre Ward is basically saying, well, you can do whatever you want as long as you drill it, which is like, okay, that's not the answer. That's not a reason. Like it's kind of a low IQ debate tactic, but at the end, beautiful left from Walsh. And they're still talking about it, by the way. And so then Ward said, I like circling to the power side of the left-hander. And they said, why? Because he's not used to it. But that's like not really a reason. Oh, Ocampo landed a nice little left right there. Yo, Randy Orton just hit Sami Zayn with the RKO. Did Randy turn heel just now? No, that's not a heel turn. That's not enough for a heel turn in this era, right, Matt? I think this is a foreshadowing of Sammy turning heel, I think. Shout out to Matt. He said that they were front row at the Ocampo Spence fight. That was a first round knockout. That was at the Star. I remember the good old days for Texas boxers. Back when we had a huge grip on the sport. Matt said this Walsh kid ain't that good. I don't love that he's mirroring Ocampo at times in a situation where it's like really unnecessary, and it almost seems like inexperience. Like things aren't going his way, so he's going to react a certain way towards it. Is there anything else on? Ooh, Walsh with a nice left. It only grazed Ocampo, but it was a nice shot. Even so, Rockets are on. What else? Nate Diaz in the house.
UFC tomorrow night. It'll be UFC 324 right here on Paramount Plus with T-Mobile Arena. 2 title fights. Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, interim lightweight championship right here on Paramount Plus. Main event, round number 4 between Walsh and Ocampo. Callum Walsh, the undefeated Irishman.
Hey, Abe said that they have 15,000 across all platforms watching between WWE's YouTube and several YouTubes, apparently.
But he is taking certain, in my view, unnecessary risks.
Knockout is on Walsh's mind, period. I think that was, he saw the amount of time that Ocampo got hurt or got stopped, and that charged something up in him. But this is where the experience comes in, and you've got to be disciplined about it. You can't create bad habits in big moments because they'll follow you to the next moment. So even now, he's landing 3 rounds worth of heavy shots. Ocampo's still here. You have to do something else, like coach the body, change the tempo, the cadence, and the speed, and then go back to the power.
He's having fun. He having maybe even more fun if he's working behind the jab and setting up some power shots and putting some punches together.
Yeah, landing big shots clean is fun, but you want to have discipline fun. It always works out better that way.
He is impressive so far tonight, though, in that he is outclassing a fighter who is, whatever you want to call him, world class or the gatekeeper to the world class. He's an experienced, hard punching, good professional fighter.
He's a contender, yes.
Oh, nice body shot from Walsh. Finished it with the kind of wild right hand, but it landed well.
He's got some twitchies going. Walsh.
Oh, beautiful overhand left. I mean, Ocampo's, that's tough to get hit with that shot, bro. That is a tough thing to do. And Walsh being warned to keep it up, keep the hands up.
That was a cute straight left hand.
Getting out the sideboard.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's a guy with a lot of experience in the amateurs. Walsh fought all over the world, had over 100 amateur fights.
Ocampo's got to move his head.
Yeah, gotta get off that line.
He's got to move his head.
That's left hand that comes in here.
Eventually, it'll be damaged. More damage than what it's going to do.
And good four. And it's scheduled for 10. Callum Walsh early.
Paramount Plus unlocks the UFC Brawl. More than 1,400 UFC fights.
Holy shit. Damn, I didn't know. I knew that the UFC was giving them some collections, but the full archive, that's crazy. Hell yeah.
Shot like that, it takes great timing, taking a risk, and to be able to land that shot as a lead with power is impressive. But I think he could possibly get Ocampo out of there if he lines up with the opposite hand and then throws the same exact shot.
And that comes as a 1-2, and it could be something very different. I thought the lead hand, he has effectively landed it a few times here. 50 headshots landed. That's 52%. 67 to 39 dominating connect advantage to this point as we start round number 5 in favor of Callum Walsh. So, Ocampo, as we mentioned, has stopped twice at first. Right. That always hesitant. But, you could look, and that's a comprehensive win when you knock someone out in the first round. However, you can say, well, he got caught cold. When he's gotten out of the first round, like against Fundora, he went 12 tough rounds.
Yeah, I made that point on the show earlier this week. Ocampo is a guy who the more the fight goes, the more openings he's gonna find. And that's not to say that he's gonna score big. that is to say that he's going to stifle. He's going to be first. He's going to jump. He's going to jump the play. And when you have a guy like that, and he can punch, it's tough. He is. Ocampo's getting hit, but he's not really reacting.
The one thing I'll say though is Walsh has cut. Ocampo stays in this fight and tests his stamina a little bit, and then starts to mix it up and land something and open up something. So maybe he doesn't want to be too reckless at this juncture of the fight.
Of course, he's concerned about getting hit, getting hurt, and possibly getting knocked out, but it's not like he's avoiding danger by staying on the outside.
At a certain point in the fight, even if you risk a knockout, if you're not going to win another way, you might as well take that risk to at least get some chance to win. Courage, I don't think we're there yet.
When I was coming up, he used to always tell me, he's hitting you, you might as well hit him. That's what Ocampo needs to do. You might as well throw some leather and see if you win.
When that message is delivered from his father, Jose Alberto Ocampo is the trainer.
Walsh is trying to measure him up with that left, but man, it's like he hasn't gone anywhere so far. You might want to, mix it up a little bit. You don't even have to like throw a different punch, just like take a different angle, take a different approach. Like, he's obviously waiting for it. Now, that right there, that cross he threw with the right hand from a squared up position, that's almost like a switch kick with it in boxing. I mean,
Coming to the halfway mark of our scheduled 10-round.
all right, 10-round fight left. What the fuck is this? Somebody's rapping. Oh God. Yeah, bro. L's on the lack of corner shit, bro. Y'all keep sending us commercial break every time, but it's like, bro, who you sending to commercial break? There ain't no commercials. Like, why ain't I getting? Yeah, bro.
As we start round number 6, let's hear from our unofficial judge, Skipper Coach.
I have a 50 to 45 Callum Walsh. Both guys are swinging for the fences, but Walsh is landing. Ocampo's is not.
You'll see 5 rounds.
5 rounds to Walsh
I'll tell you something that I really love.
on the unofficial scorecard,
The officiating, both official and unofficial.
bro.
Excellent, like
You got a Paulie Market.
Kane Sandoval.
You got Paulie Market on the corner, bro.
Rodriguez,
This is boxing,
we're so accustomed to seeing them.
bro. I saw a report. Actually, it's funny. We were talking about this past week, and I saw a report. If not yesterday, the day before. Did y'all know that the 5 largest beer companies, alcohol companies in the United States, or I think it was in the world, the 5 biggest in the world, they have over 2 tons of, they're averaging 2 tons of unused product. It's like, I forgot, somebody said it's like enough to fill like one of the lakes or something like that in the country. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, supposedly alcohol drinking, or the consumption of alcohol, is statistically going down. And I noticed that, man. I mean, I don't, we don't make it out to clubs or bars very often anymore because it's a money trap. But last time I was at a bar, I remember seeing like younger people, and like none of them were drinking. There was like the lines are nothing but older people.
Sticking to the game plan with Ocampo.
That touch. And where the punch landed?
Yes, the glove.
So a punch landed, and the glove touched.
I didn't see it.
As a knockout, you can see the facial expression of Papa Walsh. So second knockdown of his career, but that's one that let's see if now he steps up the aggression.
So Walsh put him down. I didn't get to see it. We'll watch the replay. Now Walsh starting to turn it up a little bit. It looks like Ocampo is doing well as he steps towards Walsh to attack. He's slightly taking that front step out just slightly so that by the time he goes to let it go, he's in a power position to make his shot count, because he's landed a few shots already, in this fight that didn't get much of a reaction. But all right, let's see it right here.
So here's what happened moments ago. Comes in,
I don't know what that was. It was like a slip.
I know when he got caught in the head, but in fact, he just kind of, it is a knockdown, but he got kind of caught and pulled.
let's watch where this punch. Yeah, it's actually to the back of the shoulder.
So he kind of tripped him. I don't think that was a knockdown. Yeah, I don't think that was a knockdown. I mean, it's not if the glove touches the ground. That's a oversimplification. It's a punch has to cause you to be going down. It's not, I mean, if you take like a knee, that's one thing, but like if you trip and fall, they count it a slip. Um, I just think maybe the ref thought it landed, but I mean, it was almost like a judo hip throw. Really, Matt? 100% a knockdown? Why didn't that punch didn't land? He almost that was dude. He looked like Ronda Rousey about to fucking throw him over his hip. I don't know. I mean, you're right. The glove did touch, but a punch did not cause it to be that. Oh, nice. He Walsh let that body work go, but he paid for it a little bit, but not. I don't know. That was a risky. That was a risky offensive sequence in that position. Ocampo's looking for that body shot, though. Yeah, Matt said, look at the gloves. The glove definitely did touch. Ooh, nice body shot, bro. He keeps trying to get under it. And that's really how you're going to find something. Ocampo understands what Walsh is trying to do when he takes that step to the right. He's trying to unload that left hand every single time, and Ocampo has done a much better job of staying away from it. In fact, you could argue Walsh was like shooting 90% with it through the first half of the fight, maybe 75, but now, I mean, I don't think he's even landed half of those shots so far. Ocampo sees something in Walsh with that undercutting inside shot. I think he needs to be closer when he lets it go, but then you risk being in the way of Walsh's wide left.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has done that actually. Like, it's two different classes of fighter. That part.
There's no doubt about that, but I do think there's
For sure.
one more. There's another level where this fight can stop either by knockout.
Ooh.
Corner throws in the towel. The referee stops.
Yeah.
If the gap is that wide, Walsh can do it.
Yeah, but I do think also being at this level for the first time against a guy who has scored a lot of knockouts in his career, he may be thinking, all right, like I just should keep doing what I'm doing because he's winning. too many risks.
By the way, here in Nevada, they do have instant replay review. Go back and take a look.
Oh, beautiful. Those are violent exchanges. They're just letting it fly. All right. Y'all see Dana was like, wait till y'all see the announcement for slap boxing. Yo, that guy, man. That guy. Tell you the fucking sky is red. Marvin Zamudio with the last seconds instructions in the corner for Walsh.
I have a 69-64 Callum Walsh. I scored the 6 round.
All right. 6 rounds to 1 so far is how the unofficial score has it. 69-64 in favor of Walsh. I think I could see maybe one of those middle rounds going to Ocampo, but that's other than that, I'd say that's pretty accurate. That's an interesting point that Max just made, and actually I can't remember. I know that there is a time this happened, but I can't remember. But he was saying that the knockdown to Walsh was at a time where you could argue he was winning the round. So does that knockdown that a judge might have seen better than the ref, right? Depending on his angle, knowing, oh, that didn't really land, that wasn't, the cleanest knockdown, and take that moment away, who clearly won the round. So if you give Ocampo that point, does that mean he got the 10? Is it an even round? Oh, beautiful left hand from Walsh. Slipped it in, came out the other side. Pause. Beautiful left hand from Walsh. Lined him up well. You see, the whole fight, or not the whole fight, but most of the fight, Walsh is taking that sidestep to the outside so he can line up the left. In that position, he actually hinged over to the inside of Ocampo and then let that punch fly. And that different angle, like we mentioned earlier, gave Ocampo a new look. You see, nice left right hand by Walsh. Gets in and gets out. Beautiful jab. Yeah, Ocampo's leaking. He's leaking from the nose. $15 seconds left on the clock. All right. That is the round thus far. Yeah. The hell is that Jim Lampley doing the fucking translation? sound so like serious. Why so serious? Max is bootlicking? Really? Max who? Or Walsh? I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what, Floyd was getting his commentator knob slobbed for sure. For sure he was. Oh, that was low. That was low.
I guess it still feels bad to get a point.
That might make the difference in this one.
I thought the exact same thing as soon as he took the point and got the reaction.
Our left hand in that southpaw position, time and again.
Now is the time for the fight. Earlier in the fight, I could understand patience for the final because this kid's come before. He's never been deep in the fight before. All those things. Maybe you don't risk a knockout in the fourth, fifth round, right? Who knows what can happen later? We're in the ninth round. Even the round where you scored the official knockdown, you didn't really win that round. Maybe on the judges' scorecard. Maybe not by 2 points. And that's the only thing you've done. It's time to throw caution to this one. You got to switch it up.
One continues to come from the nose of the former world title challenger, 38-year veteran from Mexico.
Like Roy Jones, but there was only one Roy Jones who could get away with that kind of style, right? Like not throwing a jab at all, jumping in with one shot.
He's the ultimate rule breaker.
But he had the most talent we've ever seen, the most speed, the most power. Callum has speed and power, but Jones, and that style does not work for mere mortal fighters. So it would be nice to see him throw that jab, put some punches together, see if he can't get Ocampo out of there.
It's going to be needed as he climbs the ladder. Being able to get this job done the way you're supposed to get done, you got to find ways to do it at the higher levels because you take out Ocampo, you put in someone else, and now you need that extra. That's what he has to work on.
This fight's not over yet. See if he can close the show.
Ocampo every now and then will land a thudding shot. So you want to see more of that.
Listen, sometimes you see a fight where one fighter's winning all the rounds, but it's competitive. This is in no way competitive. Talent is really just whitewash.
Yo, Mex is the best. He said the fight has re-cemented to me how good Earl Spence was before the car accident. I don't care what anybody says. If that crash doesn't happen, Crawford does not beat him. Period. All right, guys. Adam 22 is officially coming out. And he is with I forget that rapper's name. He's kind of terrible, but he's rapping him out. What's his name? Fuck, I forget his name. Let me see if the chat has it.
10th and final round, and you heard in the corner of Ocampo saying you have to go after him. Think about it. Why did we come here? Let's see if he does get after him.
I would like to see Callum really closing strong here.
Oh, Lil Pump.
The fans.
Lil Pump. That's his name, right? Lil Pump.
Boxing won first ever, really historic night. Remembering that you did something big. You don't have to stop him necessarily, but close it really strong.
Oh, beautiful right hand from Walsh.
A reminder that coming up after our fight broadcast, it'll be the ZUFFA Boxing Post Show hosted by Molly Durham. Heidi Antro will interview.
You know, Mex, what did you think about what Max said about, yes, it's very telling that when you get a first round knockout, but you can also argue that you caught the fighter cold. I say that because the other fighter that is in that caliber would be Tim Tszyu. So it's like, are we saying that Tim Tszyu is as good as, pre-crash Earl Spence, or maybe is there something to a fight script not going past the first round and never giving the fighter a shot to, really get warmed up and get into his groove? Damn, yo, Ocampo just took one solid in the nuts and was like, fuck it, I ain't taking no time. I don't need no time. No, I'm saying like Max is saying he caught him. Like you could argue getting knocked out in the first round, you're catching someone cold, right? They haven't gotten warmed. They haven't gotten a rhythm, momentum, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, would Ocampo have been able to stave off, Earl Spence the longer the fight went? Not say he would have beat Earl, never, not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, who's to say that if he doesn't find that shot in the first round, that it's, doesn't go the decision. Who did Ocampo go the decision with? Fundora. But I agree, though. I very much agree with your original premise that seeing what Spence did to this guy and how tough he is, and the fact that Walsh isn't able to like put him away or really even do anything huge in the fight. I mean, he was successful, but if anything, it showed that left hand didn't really put Ocampo anywhere. Wow. All right, guys, that is the fight. We will get the decision just a bit, but barring anything crazy, I'm pretty sure we're looking at a unanimous decision for Walsh. I mean, maybe 8-2. It's probably not. More like 9-1. We'll see. But I think 8-2. 7-3 is probably a stretch. But I do think that when they showed Skip's unofficial scorecard, he had given 1 round to Walsh pre-knockdown. I'm sorry, 1 round to Ocampo pre-knockdown. So if you count that one plus the other swing round, I guess you could have it 7-3. Oh yeah, Mex. Matt reminded us that y'all were there live in person at the Star and got to see that amazing performance from Earl Spence, Texas's very own. Yo, Mex, wasn't that at a great time for Texas fans, bro? We were like on top of the world. They were saying Ohio who? They were saying Ohio who? Ohio runs what? Ohio runs laps in the kiddie pool? Bro, this is the Olympic size pool in Texas. All right, let's see what they got it. Joe Martinez 98 90, 98 90, and 97 91. So 98-90 means that they gave Callum Walsh the round that he got knocked down in. Yeah, that's what that means. Because 98-90 is 9 rounds to 1, but you subtract a point, you take the point away from Walsh, then that's 98-90.
Yeah, you know, I feel a lot better. I feel like I've improved since last night. Cardio-wise, I felt a lot better. I'm never happy with the performance unless I knock him out. You know what I mean? I feel like, but getting the 10 rounds is good. You know what I mean? Getting 10 rounds again is good for me. You know, the opponents are getting tougher and tougher. He's been in there with the best of them. You know what I mean? He's only lost to the best of them. And yeah, it was a good experience. It was a good night. And all around, I'm happy to get the win.
Was that on your mind? Like, look, I'm having my way with this guy. I'm winning easy. I have to go 10 rounds. He has been, 12 rounds before. Was that on your mind at all? Let me pace myself. Let me not try to do too much.
No, I was very happy with my conditioning. You know, I wasn't breathing heavy between rounds. You know, my strength and conditioning coach here has been with me all week. We worked very hard for this camp, you know, and I was happy with that. And you know, he made it very difficult for Fundora, you know, in the fight, and I was happy with my performance.
Yeah, no one's comprehensively beaten him over this many rounds as you have. And I was mentioning ringside at a certain point, it looked like you were employing kind of a Roy Jones style. You weren't throwing any jabs. You were leading with hooks. You had your hands down. But Roy Jones had talent that no one's ever had. Have you been influenced by that? Is that what you were trying to do?
Not Roy Jones, it was Joe Calzaghe. I was watching all this camp. We watched Joe Calzaghe. And
But Kazaki slapped more than you. You were throwing, hard shots.
yeah, you know, but I tried to take a bit of his style. You know, and he's one boxer that I really enjoy to watch. I don't watch much boxing, but you know, I watch a lot of Joe for this camp, and yeah, I'm going to be trying to fight a bit more like that. You know, I think I fight a lot better. My hands down, you know, and we'll keep working on it and see how it goes.
Calzaghe, a great champion, would, fight. He would do what he had to do and raise up to the point where the other guy couldn't stay with him. And it looked like at a certain point in the fight, you thought, I have this thing won. And ringside, we were wondering, hey, can Callum take it to the next level? Calzaghe would take things to the next level and maybe close the show big. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, 100%. I rise to the occasion. You know, I take every opportunity given to me. And yeah, 100%. A better opponent will bring a better Callum Walsh. And yeah, I'm up for anything.
Thank you, Callum. Congratulations. Joe.
Thank you, Max. So Callum Walsh moves to 16-0. Good night of Zuffa boxing. Night number 1. Prospects look solid. Entertaining fights. Julian Rodriguez with the big win. And in the end, Callum Walsh dominates Carlos Ocampo. Remember, the Zuffa Boxer post show will be coming your way in moments.
I have literally been waiting for this right now my entire life.
Oh God.
This is an historic night. Zuffa Boxing 1.
Yo, they started that promo off with Max Kellerman saying, I've been waiting for this my whole life. What, to grow balls? To go through puberty? Is that what you've been waiting for? Dude, what the fuck? I know that Roy Jones shit was just like uncalled for. All right, guys. One last fight of the night, and that is Adam 22. And I'm going to call him Porn Star 2. All right. Until I remember what his name is. Love. Love's the name. All right. Adam 22 in the black trunks. Love in the white. Let's see what Adam 22's got. I'm pretty sure it's going to be him. God damn. What size gloves are those? Bro, they having a pillow fight. They not boxing. Oh man, Adam is just not even. Oh, he turned around. Oh God, he's just getting fucking pummeled. Oh, an uppercut. Adam. Adam, why did you ever sign up for this? He's just circling over. He hasn't thrown a single punch. He's turned his back. Oh, and now the porn star is switching stances. The ref's not even close to stopping this. This is ridiculous. There's the first knockdown. The ref's treating this like it's just a regular fight. I am clear. Is it over? I'm behind then, I guess. Yo, the ref is treating this. I know the ref's never ref a fight ever. Ever. If I'm watching this as the ref, I'm like, oh, this is a complete mismatch. One guy doesn't know what he's doing and continues to cover, and the other one is just beating him severely. Mex watched it by himself. Mex wanted to watch Adam 22. You're so gay, Mex. Mex was hoping one of their dicks was gonna slip out. Yeah. Adam 22 is acting like he didn't want this stopped. Oh my God, dude. Why do everybody have to lie? Oh, Jason loves his name. Jason, porn star number 2, love. Yo, whack 100 is like, damn, I walked out with that guy. I'll just play in Mex. So guys, what did y'all think of ZUFFA boxing? The link's open if you want to tap in for a few minutes before I get on out. Yo, Jason Love just beat the shit out of Adam 22. Why would he have ever done this? Oh God. And there's bro, Aiden Ross just has the collection of the most fucking random weird people in the biz. Shit, I thought that was Aaron the plumber. What are you talking about, champ? Man, they've just backdoored Adam. That's what happened. They just backdoored Adam, bro. They took that beating. Oh, here's Dana. The hell? Did you forget what you were gonna say?
Like I said in my first ever interview for the UFC, we are looking to bring in the best fighters in the world. Make boxing more fun, not just live but on TV for the fans, and grow a sport that's been one of the biggest sports in the history of sports. So tonight was a solid night. Yes, there were lots of great fights tonight. Ton of great prospects.
Jesus.
Everybody impressed me. Without singling out anybody, we're the bells and whistles guys. I say this all the time. The fighters have to come in and deliver, and tonight they did for our first event. And I think as we start to get, our shit together, I would call it.
Yo, what is going on, dude? Dana's like the guy on a live mic in front of an interviewer. I'm not gonna say it.
Speaking of home, I've obviously been in this building for many, many years, and to see.
And this is like a softball, right? Like, I'm not talking shit. This is supposed to be a softball. These are, interviews with the network, right? Like, they don't want to make the show look bad. They're all working together. We got great bathrooms.
It's a real arena. A lot of guys calling for a ZUFFA belt. Will there be a real ZUFFA belt?
There will be. Yes, there will be a ZUFFA title. We're gonna have to determine, who fights for the title, and that'll all play out over the next several months.
All right, real quickly, UFC 324, T-Mobile Arena. Obviously, Justin Gaethje and Patty Findlay. We heard even.
I don't know how many people they think are like me out there and like Matt, who just like casually flow between UFC and between MMA and boxing.
I hated the crossover. Now that I'm in boxing, I hate it even more. So
I was gonna say, are we gonna go like, I know you hated women in MMA, and then Ronda Rousey showed up. Will that ever change, you think?
Yeah, that's a little different than the crossover in two different sports. I don't love it. Listen, will there maybe be some cases where I think it makes sense? It's possible. I'm not gonna, box myself in a corner where I say I'd never do it, but I don't like it. I'm not interested in it, and
yeah, there's no need for crossovers. If you remember, it was attempted on a not large scale, but the largest scale it ever been attempted on. That was attempted, and they did this cross event, right? They had like a cage off to the side, and then they had the ring in the middle. Now there were some places where you could do both. You could have a MMA fight and a boxing fight in a ring with ropes, but some sanctioning bodies wouldn't let you. They would, if one was for one, then the other was for the other. That's kind of how it was. That's how it should be too, by the way. There is, I don't think, any market for a crossover event with boxing and MMA. They're two different types of shows with two very different narratives, and the fans are very different, and because of that, the presentation has to oftentimes be different. And by the way, look, I've been in this community for a really long time, and what I can tell you more than anything is that there isn't a narrative crossover for guys. What happens is anytime an MMA guy experiences a big boxing show, all they do is shit on the parts that are not like UFC. And then anytime UFC or MMA gets a fight that reaches the magnitude of the boxing fans and they watch, they're quick to shit on everything that doesn't remind them of boxing. I think one of the big problems here, they're interviewing Jai. I think one of the big problems here for Dana that Dana's going to have is that he created a culture of separation, right? And I'm not saying that he's responsible for boxing being where it is today, but he is certainly responsible for how MMA fans feel towards boxing, and how they feel is not very kindly. They don't feel for the last several for the last few decades, the narrative for them has been boxing thinks it's better because it's been here longer and it's, done more or whatever, right? It's on a bigger stage. They make more money, Olympics, all of that, right? So they think, oh, well, we're the lesser. They think we're the lesser, right? So we have to point out every flaw in them. And then as for boxing, yeah, there is a narrative, I think, with boxing fans that hate MMA, that it's not a gentleman's sport, that there's no sport in the world where you should be barefooted when you walk into compete as a professional. And just its overall look, right? So MMA has cleaned itself up a lot over the years for sure. But I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm looking at this whole presentation and it doesn't feel like the UFC, but it feels very UFC adjacent. Um, I think that it's smart to have shows out of the Meta Apex, for a while, and establishing that weekly show or that every other weekly show is going to be pivotal, right? Boxing has some holes that can be exploited immediately if you have the promotion and or the talent, right? The roster to be able to put on a showbox type show or a Friday night fights type show or a Tuesday night fights type show, something that's based on the matchups, something that is a program that's designed to give up and comers a shot, right? You know, Sandoval and Rodriguez fought at a pretty decent spot in the show, right? It's starting. A lot of people are just going to tune in. This is one of the first fights they're seeing. That was great. That's great. You want to give fight fans something that hooks them right away. And there's nothing that hooks them better than quality matchmaking and quality fights. I always used to, I didn't tell, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but the first time I got a journalism job, when I first started writing, the way that I broke into writing, right? I was in college, I was an English major. I was playing poker on New Year's Eve with a guy who was starting his own website. Okay. Just launched it. I went to the same college as him. He had a fraternity brother who helped him set up like the whole thing. He had, real money coming in, investors, I mean. And I'm at this, it was a wedding. It was a casino themed wedding. I swear to God, on New Year's Eve, I swear. My girlfriend at the time was the maid of honor. And I'm talking to this guy and I gave him the pitch. He didn't have a boxing guy. He didn't even really want one. He wanted an MMA guy. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there are just as many fans of boxing as there are football. But I promise you that the dedication and the loyalty of the hardcore boxing fan base outweighs almost any other hardcore fan base in America. I mean, the amount of knowledge and the amount of pride that a boxing fan takes in their sport and in the history of their sport, the development of their sport, the narratives in their sport, they hold them to be, tried and true. They hold them to be quality. And so I don't know, it's different. It's different. It's going to take a lot, I think, to break this narrative of MMA versus boxing. And it's unfortunate because I've been saying this for the last decade. They're two different sports. Once upon a time, I myself was afraid that MMA would outshine boxing. And, I learned at some point that that's not going to happen, really. I mean, one might replace the other, but it's certainly not because one side chose the other, right? It's not like WCW versus WWF in the Monday Night Wars. No, this is a situation where boxing did this to itself. Boxing and the old guard allowed for this moment to take place, not ever thinking that this broken system would ever get fixed. Who would ever care enough to come in and fix boxing? There's no reason to. There's no federal sanctioning body on it, right? There's no real laws that go into its practices, right? There's just this loose act that had somewhat of a framework of do's and don'ts. And these promoters, these managers, these lawyers who benefited off of the broken system, all right, they are here today scrambling to find an answer. You had a long time to find an answer. And now someone's come along and they're trying to find that answer for you. And you're scared shitless because that money only goes one way at that point. And this era of, two promoters in a single event, with a network and several different managers and fucking lawyers and agencies and all this bullshit, sanctioning bodies, testing companies, all these things, right? They're much easier under a single umbrella. They are much easier under the control of a single franchise. And that's what the UFC's been. And that's what Zuffa Boxing is going to attempt to be. Is it going to win? Will they win? Can they win? Is this destined to be another failure like every single boxing company that's come before and told us that they're going to shake up the game, that they're going to do something different, they're going to blow everyone out of the water? We've seen this before. We've been here before. We've seen multi-million-dollar investments made into the sport of boxing. We've seen networks get involved at a level that was crazy. I mean, it was like 9 different networks at one point were showing live boxing. And it wasn't even that long ago either, by the way. Is tonight the start of a revolution? I don't know, but I can tell you it's certainly not the start of a fast-moving revolution. It is going to take some time, and it is going to take some people crossing over. Usyk is a good start. Usyk is a very good start. What you can do if you secure an Usyk fight, right? What you can do with that is you're able to have had in a calendar year the pound for pound cash cow versus the premier welterweight fight on your cards, and then to have the heavyweight champion fight on your card. That's a lot of credit. That's a lot of clout for the company right away. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see what they do. I want to thank everybody who tapped in today. Appreciate it. Likes, all the subs, all the comments. Shout out to Supermech. Shout out to Machine Gun Matt. Shout out to Mom's Food Plant and Things. Shout out to everybody that was on IG. Walsh is trash, journeyman at best. Raiders 1286 said. Shout out to Sonteo Media, Cali, JF Jean. I am the French. Miguel, shout out to you. Appreciate you jumping on. EB, shout out to you too. Appreciate everybody. Remember to hit the like, hit the subscribe. And remember, we will be live tomorrow for a very, very, very stacked combat sports Saturday. You got UFC 324, the premiere on Paramount. You have Saturday night main events, WWE, AAA following that card. And then you're going to have, of course, my favorite fight of the weekend, Morataya and Cruz. So make sure you're subbed, make sure you're following, make sure you have the notifications on so that you can join me tomorrow with the crew and the fellas. We're all going to be packed in like sardines, fighting the cold. If you're living up north and you are in an area that's going to be affected, everybody here at Infight and FX has you in our thoughts. I mean, that's really just me. I'm a one-man show. And, keeping good thoughts going y'all's way, keeping prayers for y'all. Stay safe, stay indoors, stay warm as best you can. And, yeah, God willing, we'll be live next week. Hopefully we have electricity, and hopefully we have internet. As long as we do, we'll be here for all of y'all. Callum Walsh is right now speaking on the presser. So if you want to go see that, go check that out real quick. But yeah, we are out of here. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be live. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, IG, Twitch, X, and TikTok. Remember, Infighting FX. Infighting FX, spelled INFIGHTING FX. Infighting Exchange, spelled Infighting FX on all platforms, X, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and IG. So we will see you tomorrow. Until then, peace.